Hi friends, happy Thursday and welcome back to my weekly card class to go premiere. Whether you're joining me for the first time or returning, welcome. If this is your first time joining me, I'm so happy to have you here. And if you have not yet subscribed, I would love for you to hit that subscribe button and notification bell to all so you don't miss any of my future videos. I want to thank you all so much for getting me to pass that halfway goal of 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. I appreciate you all so much. Let me show you last Friday, before we get into the projects that we created from last Fun Fold Friday. So we created these super duper cute treat holders. Now, someone in this house, no names excluded, and it wasn't myself, and we are empty nesters, and it wasn't the kitty husband, got into the treats and ate all the treats. So these did have cute little treats in them, and we are continuing on with the tricks and treats bundle. And I thought, playing with those, I'm like, oh, I have to make cards. So we are creating our projects today using the Tricks and Treats bundle, and that can be found on page 50 in the mini catalog. This is a photopolymer set. Comes with coordinating dies that cut out all these images. As well, it makes a cute treat holder. We're not using this today. However, come back tomorrow for my Fun Fold Friday. We're actually going to be creating some Christmas a Christmas bag with that. So please be sure to come back tomorrow to watch that. But let me bring in the three projects that we are making today. We have our cute little Frankenstein that matched our treat holder. We have our ghost with the candy corn. I can't believe I am making a project with candy corn. I am not a candy corn fan. Let me know in the comment section if you are team candy corn or team garbage for candy corn. So these are the projects that we're creating today. So cute. And you will be receiving all the supplies to make two of each of these three projects. If you would like to get these kits, you would place an online order through my online store through Monday, October 2nd of $35 or more, and you'll be receiving all the supplies minus the stuff that you die cut out of the bundle, but you'll receive all the additional pieces. Let's go ahead and get started on the first project. The first project, you will be receiving all of these pieces here. You will be receiving a top folding card base in Gorgeous Grape. You'll be receiving an inside panel piece and decorative designer paper. You'll also be receiving a front piece of designer paper. This designer paper is from our 6x6 color family paper, and this is in the Highland Heather Settles collection. You'll be receiving a strip of Parakeet Party. You'll also be receiving an additional piece of Parakeet Party that you'll be stamping your little Frankenstein on. And then, of course, a piece of black, basic black cardstock that you will be die cutting out this edge piece right here, this border piece. And then a piece of deckled vellum, a deckled circle vellum. I love these deckled circle dies. They're going to be used all season long. And then, of course, a basic white piece that you'll be stamping your trick or treat on. So let's go ahead and get started. Of course, we've got to start with doing the inside panel piece. That's what we usually do here in our craft realm. And glue that panel piece or that strip of designer paper. This is great to do for decorating inside pieces. And then, of course, if you are new to my channel, I like to use a Stampin' Seal for the inside panel piece just because it eliminates the squiggly lines. And then come in with our bone folder and burnish our edge right there. And then we're gonna come in, you know what, let's go ahead and bring in our foam mat And our Frankenstein, we are going to use the Tuxedo Memento Black ink. I forgot to mention that if you place an online order in my store, you will also be receiving a iridescent basic pearls when you place an online order of $50 or more as a thank you to me. Forgot to mention that. And I also forgot to mention, please be sure to use this host code right here of Tricks and Treats. And it will be in the description box below. But if you want to take a quick screenshot, go ahead and do so. Sorry about that. I forgot to mention that at the beginning. So we have now stamped our little Frankenstein. And then of course, with the magic of TV, I have already pre-cut our little Frankenstein out, and I have pre-cut our little edge piece. And then we are going to come in and stamp our trick or treat, and then cut up those pieces into individual strips. That way we can just kind of break that up. You could either leave it solid, or you can come in really quick with your snips and just trim those down. Normally I have this done ahead of time, but I missed doing that step, and then this way I can kind of show you on camera to how quickly it is to just trim those pieces up. Okay, get this stuff out of the way. Scrap pieces out of the way. We're done stamping, so I can move my piercing mat. Okay, let's go ahead and move forward and start building our front panel piece. So what you're going to do is go ahead and adhere this parakeet party piece down. On the left hand side. And then we're going to come in with our edge piece. I like how that black breaks up that green and just it all kind of flows together really nicely. Now we're going to come in with our piece of vellum. Now typically, as you know, vellum or adhesive does show up on vellum, but we are going to cover up that piece on with our Frankenstein. And then also, because of this designer paper, it kind of blends in so it doesn't show up as much. But let's go ahead and adhere our front panel piece to the front. And I glued him directly down. Now you can pop him up with Stampin' Dimensionals or foam sheets. But I glued him straight down, and then I went ahead and I popped this up with some Stampin' Dimensionals. And I used a mini Stampin' Dimensional for this piece. Okay, so that's the treat. I had to see which one was trick or treat. And then we're just gonna kind of come in at some angle pieces. And there we go. Now what I did ahead of time is normally I use our black Stampin' blend, but because I wanted a really bright, vibrant black ink, I just went ahead and did a Sharpie on that and colored our embellishment. That's what I love about our blends or our embellishments. You can color those. Now we do also have black matte dots in our annual catalog, but I wanted a bright, shinier one than instead of a matted look. But there is our first card. So cute. And he matches our little treat box. So there is first project. Let's go ahead now, moving on to our second project. Our little ghostly candy corn boo. Can't believe I'm making a project with candy corn. I am not a candy corn person, but the die cut pieces are super cute. So in your kit, you're going to be receiving a basic black top folding card base. You'll be receiving a basic white panel piece for the inside. And then of course our decorative designer piece, You'll be receiving a piece of pumpkin pie to stamp your little bats on. You'll be receiving a basic white piece that you'll be die cutting out your ghost, as well as the two pieces. Let me show you really quick. This piece right here is the topper piece. And then this piece right here, you'll die cut two pieces of Daffodil Delight for the bottom edges of your candy corn. And then of course, you're gonna die cut your full candy corn, two of those in pumpkin pie. You'll also be receiving a vellum deckled circle, and then a piece of black cardstock that has the adhesive sheets on the back, just because it just makes it a lot easier to attach your boo. So your piece will have the self-adhesive sheet on the back of that. So let's go ahead and get started on piecing everything together. And of course, with the magic of TV, I have already die cut things out for us. But I'll show you how to put together your candy corn and the rest of your project. So let us start with, oh, I almost should have put the dots up. Oh well, I have the stripes on. You could flip it over and use the dot side if you'd like. And then, of course, our inside panel piece. And you can stamp a sentiment on the inside if you'd like, but there is our card base. Let's go ahead and do our stamping of our bats. So bringing in Memento Tuxedo black ink, making sure my bats are facing the right way. And I'm just coming in and putting them wherever we like to kind of make our own little background piece. Maybe flip that one upside down. That's good enough. So let's go ahead and put our cover on that and adhere that piece to our front. And then let's go ahead and adhere our vellum down. Now don't worry, our candy corns will be covering up our vellum. And then to build our candy corn pieces, like I said, you'll be cutting out 2 of the pumpkin pie pieces. You'll be cutting out 2 of the Daffodil Delight pieces and 2 of the basic white cat pieces. And then of course our cute little ghost. So let's go ahead and glue down the top pieces of our candy corn. And then our yellow piece. Like I said, I am not a fan of candy corn. I know there are so many people out there that love it, but to me, it just tastes like sugared wax. Not that I know what that tastes like, but that's pretty much what candy corn tastes like to me. So it's hashtag team garbage for me on candy corns. Okay, now we are I'm going to come in and I'm going to actually glue the bottom part of our ghost to that. So I'm going to come in and add some glue to the bottom portion of our ghost. And then I'm going to come in with, I think I have a piece of, I have a piece of foam sheet that I'm just going to stick right there on the back of him. And you could have done that just to hold him down. That's perfectly fine. But I just went ahead and added some glue to the bottom of the ghost. But you can hold him down by putting the stamp foam sheet on there. And you can also use Stampin' Dimensionals for this. I just thought it would be a lot easier and quicker to just use the foam adhesive sheets. And then come in here and lay that kind of like right on top. And then, like I said, I have already put adhesive sheets on the back of here, and I didn't get this started, so bear with me. There we go. Just peel that off like a sticker, and then that way it just lays right there on top, and you're not dealing with adhesive coming out on the sides. And then we're going to come in with our pre-colored embellishments again. And there is project number 2 coming together real quickly. Okay, now moving on to project number 3. Oops, let's get this out of the way. Project number 3 is our cute little haunted houses. And your kit will include our basic black card base. It's a standard fold this time instead of a top folding. And then of course a basic white piece for the inside panel, your decorative piece, your decorative strip. You'll also be receiving a basic black to die cut out your boo again. And then you will also be receiving a Highland Heather piece that you'll be cutting out your little label. And then 3 pieces of the Brights pumpkin pie strips of designer paper. And then you'll also be receiving a basic white piece that you'll die cut your ghost. And you'll be stamping your 2 haunted houses. I stamped it in Highland Heather. I know it looks like Gorgeous Grape on the image, but it is Highland Heather, and then Parakeet Party. Or you can use Gorgeous Grape, whichever you'd like. But I went ahead and, of course, did that ahead of time to save us some time. And let's go ahead and put together our card pieces. Okay. You know the drill. I don't know if you can hear that in the background, but the ice cream truck is going by. Kind of makes me want to have ice cream now. Put that on the inside. Of course, come in, crease those edges really, really well. And what on my original, I did it from edge to edge. However, I did cut it a little bit shorter this time on purpose, because I think I like the board, leaving a little bit of a border piece there. So I'm going to lay that flat so it's just easier to see, but you're going to lay those panel pieces down, and your kits will have to where it leaves that border along the edge, so it will be shorter than the original post. But let's go ahead and glue down our panel pieces. This again is where you definitely want to use some liquid adhesive just to allow that wiggle room. Now these ones, it's pretty easy to eyeball, but if you had more strips that you are trying to line up, you definitely want to start out with the outside edge pieces first and then work your way on the inside pieces. Go. Come in with that middle piece. And there we go. Now we're going to come in and adhere down our haunted house pieces, and I believe I popped those pieces up as well. So we'll come in and add some pieces to the backs of our haunted house. I think I might be just a little bit too long. Go. Or you can use Stampin' Dimensionals, or you can just leave it. I'm going to kind of angle that one at that angle rather than doing it straight. I kind of like angled houses, although kind of defeats the purpose. Really, houses aren't really angled, but that's okay. I like the way it looks at an angle versus straightforward, because we're really not building a scene. We're just putting some houses on there. And I believe I popped that up as well. And then we put our little ghost behind here. I think I glued him down. Kind of tuck him behind, and of course make him at an angle so he's kind of going up. And then of course remove our adhesive. You definitely want to use self-adhesive strips on this lettering. You can use a fine tip glue pen, but otherwise you'll be really cranky. Come in with our little dots, and there you have it, project number 3. I like it much better with the border around it rather than edge to edge on that. Let's go ahead and bring in our projects that we have today. Our little Frankenstein, and then our little candy corn Boo. Those are our 3 projects. I hope you enjoyed today's projects. I would love for you to make sure you hit that like button. If you haven't done so, please go ahead and do that. And if you have not yet hit that subscribe button, I would love for you to do that as well so you don't miss any of my future videos. Now remember, like I said at the beginning of the video, we're making a Christmas treat bag tomorrow with the die from this bundle. So be sure to join me tomorrow at 9 a.m. Pacific time. We'll be premiering at that point in time. Thank you all for joining me. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend, and I hope to see you in the chat tomorrow. Otherwise, I will see you all next week. Bye, everyone.